Today on the channel, we check out the brand new Hasbro Selfie series as we check out a brand new figure of me.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another action figure unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive version of me. Yes, yours truly in the Hasbro Selfie series from San Diego Comic-Con 2023. As you guys know, if you followed along on this channel. If not, what are you waiting for? Make sure you do subscribe. But I was at San Diego Comic-Con in 2023, and of course San Diego, beautiful this time of year. And I did sit down for the Hasbro Selfie series, thanks to Hasbro here, and I finally got my Hasbro Selfie series in the mail. And if you're not familiar with the Hasbro Selfie series, go to HasbroPulse.com. There is an app you can download. You know, you have to have a camera on your phone, but you take looks at your face from different angles, things like that. Customize what outfit you want. Do you want glasses on? All kinds of good bells and whistles there for the figure. And bam, before you know it, a month, what is time, something like that later, you got a figure of yourself in the mail. And that's what we're going to check out here today. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll see where it goes from there. We'll do some comparisons later on as well. But if you're looking for the Hasbro Selfie series, you got to head over to Hasbro Pulse. That'll get you started. That'll get you in the right place. But a very cool idea here. And this is 2.0 as they've improved some of the likenesses, things like that, on these Selfie series. So we're going to find out what all the fuss is about here today. Now, you could have chose between, what was it, the Mandalorian, Stormtrooper, Snake Eyes, I think Captain America, Iron Man, some Power Rangers. There was definitely some options here, and I did talk to the Hasbro team a little bit about future options, and one I really strongly recommended was, of course, Flint, but also Cobra Commander. I think Cobra Commander would be a great one because obviously Cobra Commander wears a mask most of the time. And you could say, well, I was Cobra Commander underneath there. So I think that was a good one. And it seemed to write that one down. I think they might use that in the future. So we'll see what happens here. But without further ado, let's look at the packaging on this. It does say Selfie series right on the front. Nice kind of gray coloring going on. 2023 convention exclusive on the side over here. I believe that comes with like a special stand to remember your time at San Diego Comic-Con, of course. No doubt about it. And then that's about it on the back, kind of the same old stuff. But we do get the old slip cover here. And we're going to really draw this out. We're going to save that, put that over to the side, see you later. And we're going to pull it out. We're going to look at the back first. How about that? There it is, the old Mandalorian looking good. And that's what I went with. I went with the Mandalorian. I thought about doing a Stormtrooper, and then I ended up just sticking with the Mandalorian. I was going to do G.I. Joe, but Snake Eyes was the only option, and I felt weird being Snake Eyes, and I'm not a huge Snake Eyes guy. Didn't really want to be a Power Ranger, and it ended up between this and a Stormtrooper. So I went with the Mandalorian for me. Now we're going to flip this around, and we're going to see the figure. Are you guys ready? Star Wars, The Mandalorian, starring Kyle. There I am in the package here. We're going to pull this out, see what's going on, make sure it feels like regular figures, things like that. I did elect to go with glasses on mine just because I felt more personalized with glasses. I mean, you can maybe get the point across without them, but from the Hasbro Selfie series ones, I thought it looks like almost anybody. So I thought the glasses kind of helped hide the eyes a little bit, and the eye is the window to the soul, some may say. And I felt it hid that a little bit and made it feel a little bit more like it would feel like me. I don't know. And this is new technology. This is 2.0. I assume there'll be a 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, and so on as they do improve these things. As you know, it's interesting. Obviously, the body is the body. The head is the meat and potatoes of this. But we're going to read the back real quick on this. Let's see what's going on. The Mandalorian, his body is shielded by Beskar armor, his face is hidden behind a T-visored mask, and his past is wrapped in a mystery. No one is quite sure who this well-equipped stranger is. It's me. It was me all along. That's what it was. But I'm going to get me out of the package here. We're going to definitely see what all the fuss is about. I kind of want to keep this packaging, so I'm going to try to keep this as nice as possible. We'll see if that is possible. We get the little baggies on the side here, and oh, we're roped in. We got the old rope going on. They got to rope me in. They didn't even want to twist tie me. They said, let's just use the old-fashioned ropes. Let's go medieval on him. Let's rope him in. So that's what we got going, and I think I got that. There it is. Got everything ready to go. And like I said, I'm going to keep all this stuff kind of together here. So we're going to stick it over off to the side. There it is. It's an interesting one. There's no doubt about it. And then we do get my accessories, I imagine. Does this come with a helmet? No helmet on this one here, but we do get parchment paper. Bam! See you later. Goodbye. And this is supposedly, yep, 2023 convention exclusive Mandalorian stand. How about that? Looking nice. So I will put my figure on there, of course. This is one of those good desk figures, I think, at the end of the day. Accessory wise, it does come with the usual Mandalorian stuff. Of course, gotta have a cape. Gotta represent my boy Lando Calrissian. You got a cape right here, looking really good. You got the little blaster here with this brown handle, silver up top. Looking good once again. Traditional Mandalorian weapons we've seen here. We got the long bow kind of rifle going on with the tuning fork on the end. And then you got the jetpack. So all the usual Mandalorian stuff right here in the Selfie series. But now the main event, truly the main event, is the Selfie series figure. A very interesting feeling. It feels like a Mandalorian figure, but doesn't. It's amazing how much the head changes things and does things different. And I guess let's start it off. Let's break down the head. Let's give my thoughts. Do I really feel this looks like me or not? First off, we'll go with the hair. The hair, I think, looks pretty good. Now, you got to remember, when you're going through these things, you have choices for your hairdos. There's only so many choices. There's not millions and millions of choices. But for what they have there, I think the hair is spot on. I think this is the hair. Now, the hair color was a tough one to get. I've got kind of a brownish color hair. I don't know what you call it. Mousy hair, is that what they call it? Kind of brown, maybe a little bit of blonde in here, a little bit of gray maybe right up here, a little red every once in a while. I'm just kind of a mixture of all kinds of hair, so it's pretty tough to stick, but I think brown is the predominant color of my hair. I think most would agree, and I think this works there, so I think that does work. Now we got the beard on this one. Does the beard work? Well, once again, you only have so many options. This was the best option. Maybe it's a little fuller up here than I am in real life. I don't know, but close enough. Close enough to be dangerous is what I will say. Then we get to the Ray-Ban sunglasses. Now, I wear my Ray-Bans all the time. I wear my sunglasses at night like a young Corey Hart from time to time. So I'm a Ray-Bans guy. That works for me. That was an easy selection. And I do feel, like I said earlier, in some of the Selfie series ones I've seen and the ones they had as examples there, the eyes is where it kind of gets lost. You got kind of that spray look into the eyes. That's where you kind of lose your personality sometimes, where it's like, okay, yeah, it kind of looks like Kyle, but if you hand it to somebody, would they say it's Kyle? I'm not exactly sure. So I felt like putting the Ray-Bans on there, gave it a little extra touch. I'm in my Ray-Bans a lot, so it does work out. It looks okay. So I do think that looks good. Now the skin tone color maybe could have been a little bit more time under the old hot dog tan, but you do choose your skin color. And really from what I had available, this was going to be the skin color for me. But a little bit tanner would have been nice. Somewhere in between would have been a good skin tone color. But I don't know. I would say it's close enough to be dangerous for what this technology is right now. But if you go to somebody like a young Murder Juice Customs, shout out to Murder Juice Customs, he makes heads of me all the time, and those are phenomenal. Those look like me. This one, I don't think you can do the head test. We always talk about the head test here. You pop this head off, you hand it to somebody. Who is that? I don't think anybody's saying Kyle Peterson. I just don't think that is happening. But for your own personal collection, makes sense. You could say it's you. You know, you designed it. You did all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't know if anybody's is close enough to say, hey, that's them. And that really just comes down to the technology, which would be improved, I would imagine, as we go by every single day. As we always say here on the channel, constant learning, constant improvement. But I do think there is ways to make this better. I don't know how, but I'm sure there will be ways. And then the head pops off very easily on this one, so I like that. The head pops off. That way I can get my cape going. I can put my cape on and be ready for business. So that does work. I do got, like, to mention Murder Juice Customs. You do got that going on right here. Here's the old Kyle figure he made of me. I'm going to pull this head off, and I'm going to see how this looks here. This might be the way to go. No, it's not pegged. It's not the right size, and the head is way too big for this body. But it sounded like a good idea, but maybe this one will go on here. Oh, boy. I don't know. The head doesn't quite work. The skin tone doesn't match, but it looks a better fit than the other one. I don't know if you could say, hey, this is Kyle either on this. And we'll have glamour shots for it, of course. But there's some fun to be had with this head. I think there's no doubt about it. I think there's some good fun that we could do with this head if we needed to. Pop that back on there. I'm sure he fits on this stand. He better fit on the stand. It was made for me, right? Fits perfectly on the stand right there. How about that? That works out. And then I did get the Mandalorian regular edition right here, so you got 2 Mandalorians. I guess I'll just join the team. And this helmet does come off of this Mandalorian figure. Not the easiest, but it does come off if you need to. And I don't think this is going to fit over my head. Yeah, just like usual. I got too big of a head. Old Moosehead Kyle. That's not going to work. But I guess I could hold this helmet if I needed to. Would have been nice if it would have came with the helmet. Obviously, everybody's got a little different hair and different stuff going on, so they wouldn't fit. But it would have been nice to just have off to the side a helmet just to display with, something like that. But an interesting one. That's where I'm going here. It is definitely something cool. It is something different. I think it's technology that is warranted. I think a lot of people will take advantage of this, especially as it gets easier, cheaper to do, more easy to produce. But it's a good start. I don't know if I would say it's 100% me all day long. I don't know if I could hand this head to anybody, including myself, and say, who is this? And say, oh, it's me. Like if they would have walked up and said, hey, I got this head here. Who's this go to? I'd say, boy, I don't know who that is. And that's just probably what most people would say. However, once you put it on here, once you know that it's supposed to be me, it kind of helps you translate a little bit. But I do think, like a young Jerry Reed always says, I think over the next couple of years, they will get better and better with these. We've already seen improvements over Series 1 to Series 2 right here. So there it is, an interesting one. The Hasbro Selfie series. Got to thank Hasbro for doing this for me. It was a lot of fun, and it will be displayed in my collection as well. Just a fun time and a fun thing to remember my time at San Diego Comic-Con 2023. So there it is, the old Hasbro Selfie series. And what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts on the Hasbro Selfie series. Let me know if you ever got one done of you and what your thoughts are on that. Let me know if you're going to get one in the future. It's a lot to talk about. With the Selfie series. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day on both YouTube channels. Yes, both channels. And we got even more content, including early access to videos over there on the old Patreon, your best way to support this channel and all the content it does bring. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget social media. Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So for the Hasbro Selfie series, The Mandalorian, I am Kyle, the Mandalorian, and I'll see you guys all real soon.